What's up everybody? Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, as you can see, is gonna be a little bit different. Riley is here, making an appearance. This might be your first video on the channel. Like in the video. Like you're always talking in the background, everybody knows you're filming, but this is actually your first time. I was thinking about that.
I'm a real person.
So today we're gonna answer some questions in a way with what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna share with you guys a couple of things that are coming in 2020, and we're also gonna reflect back on some of the things that we learned in 2019 to hopefully give you guys some things to think about that maybe you can then apply to your own lives. I mean, the reason that we do all of what we do as far as the content creation, the YouTube videos, the emails, the trading videos, everything that we do is really just to hopefully give you some type of information in some way that you can interpret and then apply to your own life and make your life better in any way, whether it's directly in the form of a trading video or indirectly in some type of motivational thing, something that we say that then helps you think differently, and maybe that helps you make different decisions, and those decisions are then better for you. So that's again why we're doing all this. So first, we have to say thank you, because we really do appreciate everybody who's always watching and contributing and being a part of what we're trying to build here. I think that's something that attracts a lot of people to us, is the genuine and transparency that we really show through everything that we do, and then that shows in the people that we attract. So we like everyone that we work with. Like, it's weird because you become friends with the people, all the subscribers. I mean, this year we went from 200 subscribers to 2,000 on YouTube. Yeah. So I said today on Instagram.
Not even in a year, in like 6 months.
Right, because really we just started doing this on our own in July, for those of you that don't know. Like, I've been doing trading and trying to sell videos for a long time. Trading for 5 years, teaching for about 3 now. Going into 2020, I didn't know where we would be. I thought we would be still doing something with a different company in New York. Like, I thought this would be so different. But in the last 6 months from July, we've learned a lot. And that's again what we want to share with today. So why don't you go first and kind of start us there?
Yeah.
About what you learned.
So obviously we will talk about 2020 like he said, but I feel like so many people are always like gung-ho, like, oh yeah, 2020 goals. But it's like, how often do you take the time to be like, hey, let's reflect on the previous year first before we think about the new year? That way we either don't bring bad habits into the new year, or we can reflect on our good habits and the good things we learned and bring those into the new year to set the new goals and get the motion kind of rolling. So I think both personally and professionally, my biggest goal that can be applied to both is kind of just doing it yourself. And that sounds a little like, whoa, like no duh kind of, but it's so true. Like, no matter what you want, whether it's personally, professionally, you gotta do it yourself and carry yourself, because if you don't, no one's gonna do that for you. Growing up, my mom kind of always said to me, like, no one's gonna care about your career more than you. Like, if you want that raise or you want that promotion, you know, you kind of gotta go get it. If you don't want a boss, then you gotta work for that. And I always like listened to her, you know, but I never really knew what that meant, I think, until this year. Like we were previously mentioning, 6 months ago, we started all of this on our own because it's both what we wanted. I pushed him a little bit more towards it because I always told myself, I don't want a boss. Like, I just don't. Like, who really does? Well,
you pushed me in a way because, like, I never wanted a boss either. That was something that we found, like, when we started dating, that we liked about each other.
But he had a boss, and I'm just like, for what?
I was lying to myself saying it was a partnership, but when you're getting 20% of the stick, that's not a partnership.
It was a boss.
That's a boss.
So definitely, if you want something, you gotta go after it yourself. And if you say like, oh, I want this for myself, and then you find yourself not doing it, it's almost like question yourself a little. Like, how bad do you really want it then? Because if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way. Like, you will figure it out. You have no other option almost. It's like you give yourself like, I need to do this for myself or else I'm failing myself, because this is what I want for myself. And again, personally and professionally, like, you can apply that all around to everything. Like, personally, one thing that I've always wanted for myself is to do more yoga. Stretching is great for you. Like, there's so many benefits of just personal yoga. You know what I'm trying to say. So many benefits to yoga. So it's like, that's something I push myself to do every day, even if it's only for like a 10-minute video, you know? You just do it. You show up for yourself.
I feel like I always knew that it would be me that I would be like working with, like relying on myself, right? Because I had the DJ job and that business before I even met you, and like I was self-sufficient on my own from that. But then, like I said, I was trying to kind of like lying to myself almost about what I was doing with the company in New York, saying it was a partnership, but in reality it wasn't. And I feel like I justified that need for a partnership in what I thought was my own lack of experience. So not being confident enough in myself held me back. Because, I mean, of course there's valuable things to take from every experience, and the time that I spent there was definitely valuable, right? And you always learn from those things, but I feel like after that, now going through that, and then having you saying, like, we can do this on our own, that was the kick. And now, with or without you, like, you've given me more self-confidence to do whatever I want. And then I look now at what we do and how self-sufficient we are with this business, to the point where people don't even understand how we make money.
Yeah.
Like people don't even understand. The thought doesn't even get to the point of having multiple streams of income, let alone we don't even need to try to explain the streams. They don't even think in multiple streams. And that's why you get pissed at me sometimes when I'm arrogant about it, but I'm so passionate about it, so it comes off sometimes as arrogance when I'm like such a big believer in those multiple streams of income, and like you said, betting on yourself to build them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for me, 2019 was just about me and just
confidence.
Just me. Yeah, fuck yeah. Because it's like now, knowing what I know and knowing what we can do, look at the numbers, not just my trading results, but like, and even just the trading results in the last 6 months were better in the first 6 months. Like, not even that, just look at the business. Like, look at what I learned on growing a business. Because basically, before I tried to do it with the company in New York, I was doing it on my own, and it was a failure. Like, I made no money doing it. You know what I'm saying? I made enough to scrape by, no money, like I was barely paying rent. And now you can see where we're at. It's way different. This is much more of a success to me, financially and with the amount of people that we're reaching. So I feel like, what is the difference? Other than a little bit of experience, it's more confidence in myself. The experience created like some more knowledge that I guess was applicable, and that helped, but it was just more confidence. But you also help a lot. Like I give myself confidence credit, but you handle a lot of the things that, like, if I think about it, I'm like, if you were to disappear and you weren't able to run the side of the business that you run, the marketing, the sales, the education side of the business, it probably would fail, because I can't do it by myself and trade and make that, like, I can't do all of that. So it has to be the two of us, which is why I think people are interested in what we're doing, because we were able to not only find each other on a relationship level, but we also are growing this business as a partnership, which is unique. Most people don't have that.
So many people are like, I could never work with my significant other. We hear it all the time.
It's annoying, and it's like,
it's just like, okay, communicate more.
We'll find a better partner.
Yeah,
like, for real. But then there's other people. Some of the people that came to Philly, like some of the people who I know, we know their spouse, we know their who they're in a relationship with, and they're all in it together.
Yeah.
And I feel like for us, we're trying to build like an empire, like not a couple $1 million. Like, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? For what I'm trying to accomplish for our family and like the legacy. So it's like, legacy to some people is corny. Cool. I don't want to talk to those people. Like, our message is not for those people. They're not even watching this far in the video. The people that are still watching, like, that's what I'm learning. Like, the people that will watch this far into it, it's 9 minutes in or so, they're the people that will watch the whole video, and they're the people that understand that we're trying to put out that genuine, transparent shit to help them, just like I said at the beginning of this video, take something from what we've learned and help them be better. Because what did I say to everybody? And Russ says it all the time. You say that I say, because I ain't shit. People are like, you're amazing, like, your course is helping me so much. I'm like, I'm not shit.
That's like when I told you at the seminar, somebody came up to me and they were like, oh, like, you guys are like celebrities, like meeting
like,
Austin
bro,
and everything. And in my head, I'm just thinking, like, if only you could see the weird things he does when nobody's looking.
But here's the
in
thing.
the house.
Here's the thing. This is why it's unique to some people. This is why it's unique. What we do is unique to some people, because we bring a lot of skills to the table that normally you need a lot of people to accomplish. And especially when you're talking to older people that don't understand how easy it is to do things online and pay out people to like do things online for you, whether it's Fiverr or another third-party site where you can hire someone part-time to help you.
Not
That's
that
why
it's
it looks
easy to do things online, because there's a lot of moving parts, but just the accessibility.
But we also have the skills. Like, I was talking to you yesterday, I was like, what don't I do? That's why it almost looks like a scam, because I can trade well, and I can film and edit videos, and I can talk well in front of a camera, and I can communicate a message very clearly. So it's like, that to some people will look like a scam because it's that good. It could be that fake, because most people don't have those skills.
Right.
So when I bring them to the table, it takes me a lot of time to convince people that I actually do have those skills. So that's why when I told you we were doing this, and we were like, okay, you're gonna help the content creation, I'm gonna bring the content, I'm like, we are gonna just drown the internet in content. Because then it's like, when you see so much of it, you're like, he actually might have all those skills. Like, fuck, man, like, does he actually have that?
He actually might be saying something worth listening to.
Exactly. And then those people come around, and then it's like, fuck, you are, like Gary said, he's like, I've had haters that then take 4 years, but then they come around. But then those haters are like the biggest proponents of what they speak for, because deep down inside, you just didn't like my exterior. but we have the same message. Like I'm resonating with people.
And it's like
we're
you're
resonating
still
with
preaching
people.
the same thing from the day I met you till today. Like
I've been doing it for a long time.
Just the delivery.
So I think 2019 for us was just a year about betting on us.
Yeah.
And for me, like finding Riley and a partner that, I mean, we haven't been together 2 years yet even. So, I mean, we've known each other for like 3-ish or something, 2-ish. But again, dating, whatever. Because me and her, we didn't get along at first, for sure.
What?
She always said that I was the one, but I was pissed at her for making me wait so long because she was talking to some other dude. But we won't get into that in today's video. 2019,
very well.
2019 was a year of betting on us and finding a good partner, finding somebody that supports you. Even though sometimes I'll come in hyped up about a trade, like this morning on GN. I was so hyped I hit that trade, and Riley doesn't say a word about it. She's unemotional about it.
I had to ask you about it.
But she keeps me
I'm
very
like,
grounded.
saw
She's
your
like, it
trade.
doesn't matter to her because she's just about the same thing that I preach in the trading. She's about like the process. It's like, what does that one trade this morning have to do with anything in 5 years from now? It's just a piece of the puzzle. So she's like, doesn't even, like she's.
I want to touch on that really quick. It's a little side tangent, but I think something like with this trading aspect as to what makes our relationship even stronger is obviously I didn't really know what trading was at all before I met him. Like I've heard of stocks, but the whole Forex thing, I was like, what the hell is that? And because of that, I think then learning it, I didn't have as many emotions tied to it. So for me to learn trading, it's like, okay, yes, you have a pattern, you have a skill, you have a system, you apply that. Like the whole emotion piece of it doesn't really resonate with me versus somebody like Austin or all these new traders. They go into it because they see the money and they're like, oh, I want that. And they get so emotionally attached to all this and they get so panties in a bunch about their trades and oh, I missed this and I lost this and I did this and hit a good trade this day. And me, I'm just like, okay, like let's write down your system step by step, like let's remove the emotions and it becomes pretty simple. But it's so hard for normal people just to remove the emotions when you go into trading with emotions.
Well,
so that really helps.
Money makes people emotional.
Right.
Like
so I help keep him balanced sometimes because I'll be like, hey, check yourself. Like the other day when you thought you missed a trade and it wasn't a miss, I'm like, no, not a miss.
Because you followed the rules.
Right.
Right.
We keep ourselves in check.
But trading has been good for us. Like I feel like a lot of people would be scared to talk about trading with their significant other. I'd encourage it because like, again, talking about what you said in the beginning, like those uncomfortable conversations, you got to have them sometimes. And like talking about money is uncomfortable for a lot of couples. We know a couple who have a hard time discussing it. So
we
it's
know
like,
a lot of couples that have a hard time discussing it.
It's like get on the same page because what we're talking about, I feel like a lot of people are starting to come around. 2020, they're going to come around more. They're going to be like, wait, so you're just saying I can put money in a savings account, trade it myself, and build a fortune, whether it be small or big for my family?
Yes, that is exactly
what
we are saying.
Like, and it's because of this digital age that we're moving in. And I think that when people start seeing more people lose jobs, like Aunt Sue sees, well, not our Aunt Sue, I don't mean Aunt Sue, but like random name. Like Aunt Steven or whatever you want to call it.
Aunt Steven?
Yeah, Aunt Steven loses her job driving trucks or whatever it is. My point is that people that you know will start losing jobs and then you're gonna be like, fuck, how else can I make money?
Because so many
people are
used
starting to lose jobs.
Right, and people are used to trading their time for money instead of learning, hey, I can
trade my money
have
for
this
money.
skill and trade money for money. But society's not quite there yet in making that a norm.
So in another thing, I think 2019, we've done a good amount of traveling. We started in Jamaica, and now we have more traveling coming.
Love traveling.
Which is all about the experience, which is why we do what we do. Like, everybody's got personal stuff in their family going on, you know what I'm saying? And you have to remember that it's always about the finite time. So if you're trading time for money, I think you're making a bad trade. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather trade money for money if I know what I'm doing with the money. It's always been about the control. Even back in 2014, 2015, when I was making videos trying to sell life insurance before I was even trading, it's always just been about me trying to educate people on how to make better decisions with their time for money, that kind of transaction. So 2019 was a good year for us. Definitely a good year. We also moved into our first apartment together, which was pretty dope.
Our first Christmas.
Yeah, it's cool.
Might be our only Christmas in this
apartment. I know. We're trying to move, so we might be out of here. We'll see. But let's talk about what's coming in 2020.
Yes.
So first thing, January. For a couple days, we're going to Tennessee with our accountant, JD Frost. He's not just our accountant. He's like a ballin' entrepreneur, somebody who I look up to a lot for someone, again, who has multiple streams of income, clearly, because he understands that diversification through different sources of income leads to more wealth faster. So that's what I'm about, being around people like him. And sometimes you got to cut a check. So we're paying to go to NugaCon, his conference. We're going to meet all the speakers there. Going to be videos about that. Riley's going to be filming that day for sure. And then in February, we're going to Jamaica with JD on a smaller much smaller trip. Eric's gonna be there, which is funny. Our friend Eric, who's been trading with me forever. But that's an entrepreneur, it's called a Rainmakers Retreat. So it's gonna be a good opportunity for us to network with other high net worth entrepreneurs.
I'm really excited to be around all the other entrepreneurs. I actually saw a video on Instagram today of Elena Cardone.
Yeah, I saw you reposted that.
Yeah, I did repost it. And she basically is just saying, like, I don't want to be surrounded by people that worry and have problems about money. And like, I don't mean that in a rude way, but it's like the level of thinking that we want to be surrounded by. It's like, money's such an issue for so many people, and I don't want to talk about that. It's like, let's talk about something as if money weren't problems, you know?
But you gotta get to that point.
Right,
first.
it's like, let's get to that level of thinking. Let's stop the whole problem money thing and level up.
I feel like a lot of people are gonna look at you saying that and be like, right, that's easy to say if you own your own business, or if you know, don't have that steady income every week or whatever it is. But it's like, right, so go back to what we're saying. Like, you gotta take control of your life
Do
first.
it for yourself.
Before you can even think on that level, you gotta take control back, which
and
is
it's
what
hard.
a lot of people struggle with. Yeah,
there's not a lot of people
It's uncomfortable. It's like, and
like
it's
that.
fucking annoying because it makes me look like an asshole all the time, because I'm always the one that's like trying to help people figure out how we can make more money for you.
Right.
I'm like, oh, what other skills do you have that we can turn into a business? And people don't even want to talk to me about it. It's like, I'm literally trying to help you get free.
Yeah.
Because you're complaining about poor people problems to me when I don't have them, and I don't care about yours, and I'm trying to help you, and you're still complaining to me about the problems.
Yeah.
That's the person who my message is for. Like, that is the fucking, I want to smack you in the head shit.
So we're super excited for our next couple of trips.
Because we want to pay to be around those people.
Surrounded by the people that we want to be surrounded by, that we can actually learn something from, take what they're doing, you know, apply
just
it to our
humbled to
lives.
be around them. Like the Jamaica trip, because like these guys are real serious entrepreneurs.
And we're gonna be the youngest people there.
For sure, and that's a good thing. But it's also like, we're gonna take all of what we learned from them and what they've applied to their businesses and throw it into our business, whether it's directly into my trading plan or whether it's something we applied to the marketing and sales aspect of growing the business.
All about
you can learn from everyone. I learned from rappers. Like you take something from everyone. But these guys are legit people.
I even learned from our cats.
Exactly. So that's in February.
Everyone.
March is going to be our seminar, which we're looking to lock down the venue like this week, even though it's Christmas.
In Tampa.
Yep.
Warm weather.
Yep. It's definitely going to be in Tampa. I'm looking at March 31st. There's the first time we're saying the date.
Yep.
If it changes, of course, you'll hear it from me. But right now we're shooting for Tuesday, the last Tuesday of March. So we would recommend for everybody that wants to be there, fly in, drive in Monday. Plan to be there on Monday so you can sleep there Monday night, and we start early Tuesday morning at like 6 a.m.
It's so fun. This one's going to be so much better than Philly.
Oh yeah, because it's going to be warm. It's going to be beautiful.
I'm so excited.
We're going to include everything that we included with the Philly one. You're going to get the entire day recorded and the guidebook all sent to you afterwards. 2 meals are going to be included, like nice gourmet meals, snacks and coffee all day, of course, a notepad, t-shirt, name tag, the whole thing. That's all going to be included, and we're going to be packaging the new Divergence course with it. So that's the big thing for me in 2020, is I've been working on this new course that we're now packaging with the seminar ticket to just make it more value, less price for you guys. Because otherwise it would be $500 and $500 to be really expensive. So we're putting it both together to save you guys some money if you can come to Tampa and be there with us. But remember what some of the people were saying about the live education. They're just like, this is better than any course. The feedback from that, like I posted Shaba's video today. It's like they were just so happy with that day, which is why I'm like, right, we need to do this one in March, and then we need another one very quickly after that. Which leads me to say, yeah, it's exciting about the course coming next month and the seminar in March, but in April, it's a big milestone as well. Do you want to tell them a little bit? Don't tell them what it is or anything like that, but where are we gonna go?
Can we say where we're going?
No, don't say specifically what country, but maybe tell them what continent, since it's not it's not on this side of the world for us, which is a big deal for me, because I said to you,
we're going to Europe.
A couple months before that, I got invited to speak in an industry event, which you guys are going to hear about very soon, with some unbelievable people that I'm just like still kind of amazed they asked me to speak. But we're going. It's going to be amazing.
It's so humbling.
Yeah, but the big deal with that is like literally 3 weeks, maybe a month before they asked me to speak, out of nowhere, I said to Riley, I'm like, 2020, I want to do one more seminar, not in Philly, like somewhere warm, like Florida or California, but we chose Florida. And then the other goal was international. And then it came. A lot of manifestation in 2019.
It's not our seminar international.
No, but still.
But it's international.
I need to start somewhere.
Industry,
yeah, it's good enough. It's going to be way more people than I could bring into the room, being honest, like by myself. You know what I mean? I'm not putting 500 people in a room yet. So I'll be very humbled to be on the panel with these people.
I'm nervous for you.
No, I can't wait. I'm not nervous at all.
There's a reason I'm not always in front of the camera.
I can't fucking wait. I'm going to melt their faces off. All the 500 people in there that have never heard of me before are going to be like, who is this little white boy?
And I'll be back behind the camera again.
Yes.
Be like, that's my man's angles.
So those are some of the things you guys can look forward to from us in 2020. If you're already with us on the VIP team, you're getting announcements separate in the Facebook groups, of course, but you can always keep track of us here on the YouTube videos too. We appreciate it, everybody. That's really what the point of this video was, to let you know what we learned, let you know what's coming, and then just let you know how much we appreciate the attention, the subscriptions, the thumbs ups, the comments. Like, it helps us want to create more. So if you find value in what we're doing, that's the best way you can tell us. Thumbs ups, comments, subscriptions, showing your friends, sharing it on Twitter, like all that stuff. And as always, just reach out to us if you ever have questions. If you want to talk to Riley about the marketing and the sales that she's doing, you can talk to her directly. She's becoming an expert pretty quickly on digital marketing, digital sales, online courses, Facebook ads, and things like that. Like, she really is getting a good grasp on this, and it's showing in the results of our business. So if you need her, of course, her information is going to be linked down below, and then you guys know where to get a hold of me if you need me. My information is down below as well. So 2020, a lot of exciting trips. Videos are still going to be coming out. We're going to take a break. Now that it's Christmas, we're gonna enjoy the new year for a couple. We did these 25 videos straight. So we're gonna relax for a couple of days. But first week of January, you're gonna hear about the Tampa seminar. You're gonna hear about the new divergence course in all the videos that we're putting out.
So many more things in 2022, but we know you guys are gonna follow us along for the journey. So you'll see everything.
Yeah, so time to open presents.
Yeah. Christmas.
Thanks guys, we'll see you in the new year.